Welcome back to another live stream. I'm your host, Johnny Trades. And today we are going to talk about a topic that many of you are probably curious to learn, and that is how much money do I make hourly trading stocks versus having a minimum wage job? So, give me 1 second here. We're going to share my link with our Discord members. First link in the description if you guys want to join. It is 100% free lifetime access for right now, and this is where you get to watch me trade live on a daily basis. Now we are going to go over some screenshots that I have for you to show you real life profits, as well as some scenarios where you can also do the same thing. We're going to go over percentage gains and also the setups that I take, some setups that I have taken personally, as well as some things to look for when taking these trade setups on your own. So yeah, let's go ahead and start sharing my screen. Looks like everything is shared. We also have an Investing for Beginners community of over 77,000 members. It is a private community on Facebook. You can join that by clicking the second link in the description below. So here we go. Looks like all of our links are shared. People can start getting in. And just like the thumbnail says, $100 an hour, guys. $100 an hour is attainable trading these stocks. Now, we are going to go over exactly how this is possible, as well as answer any questions you may have. This is a live stream for a reason. You guys are able to interact and ask questions as we go along, and I'd be more than happy to answer them for you. Remember, when you ask questions, not only do you get an answer, but you might actually help someone else who has that same question in mind, but maybe a little bit scared or timid to actually ask in the live chat. So definitely consider subscribing to the channel, and let's go ahead and dive into our computer here. And okay, here we go. So I'm going to give you guys some real life examples real quick, and I want to showcase to you that it is possible. As you can see here, it's a small account too. You know, some people may think this is a lot of money, some people may not think it's a lot of money, but you don't need $10,000, $20,000, $100,000 to make some decent money. And we're talking about $100 an hour. Now I do go live with my LTE team in the morning, and I trade on that live stream for about 30 minutes to an hour. Even today, we were able to lock in $35 in 30 minutes. So that's about $70 in an hour when you compute it. There's days I've made a few $100s. There's days where we break even, and there's some days where we lose a few dollars. And we're going to showcase some of those losses to you as well. By keeping your losses very small, you're able to grow your account over time to where you can eventually trade with $5,000, $10,000 and make even $500 an hour or $1,000 in a single hour. So as you can see here, $2,600 account made 95 bucks, or about 3.77%. Nothing too crazy. And let's see, here's another one. We made $109, which was about 6%. I believe this was on, I believe like $1,200 or $1,500 account. It wasn't a heck of a lot of money on that trade either. Here's another example. We made $90 or 3.89% on this trade. So it was about, another $2,000 or so in that account. We had a single trade here, TOVX. We made $110, and I believe we made this in about 20 to 30 minutes that day, so not bad at all. Here's another example. This was actually the screenshot I used for the thumbnail. We had a $2,600 account. We made $202, or about 8%, guys, in about 1 hour of trading. Amazing, right? To be able to make $200 in a single hour. And I actually have some other information here that I wrote down talking about how much you can make, during a minimum wage job. And guys, a minimum wage job at $12 an hour, okay, an 8-hour shift will give you 96 bucks. $96 for an 8-hour shift that you have to go to work on time, clock in, deal with your boss, deal with coworkers. Maybe you take a lunch, maybe you don't take a lunch, maybe you get a break, maybe you don't even get a break, and you're going to make $96 in an 8-hour shift. Now, let's say you make $15 an hour with that same 8 hours a day, you're going to make 120 bucks. So it's very hard to scale working unless what? You make more income, which would be getting a raise or finding a better paying job, working more hours. So now maybe you're having to work overtime every day to make more money. Maybe you have to get a part-time job to make more money, and you're still trading time for money. So eventually you're going to burn out. We can't work 24 hours a day. It's physically impossible. You might be able to work 8 hours a day. You might be able to work 10 hours a day. I have personally myself worked 16 hours a day. And that gets tiring, exhausting. You start wearing down on your body, your health, your mind. Everything starts to wear down when you work more hours. And even then, there's a cap on how much money you can make, because when you stop working, you stop making income. So by being able to scale your trading account, by being able to make more money, because I remember days when I was only making $1 or $2. I remember days when I was making $5 or $10 trading for an hour. I still have days today where I only make $30, $40, $50 an hour. But again, it's in one single hour of work sitting behind my computer and clicking some buttons compared to working a full shift. So we're going to dive back into the computer. Okay, so it's very possible. And this is just the beginning. You could scale this to where you can make $500 a day, $200 a day, or even $200 in an hour, $1,000 in a single hour trading. Here's another example, $100 at 4.86%, so not too bad. Here's another example of a 5-day period where we locked in 20% in a week. So on a $1,000 account, it was like $1,200 or so, we locked in 20% profit. You see that 5-day period right here, $263. So what's $263 in a 5-day period? Well, technically, it would be a little over $1,000 a month. So it's very possible to make some decent money by locking in small amounts of profit. And we're not seeing, 10% profit every day, 50% profit a day. You just saw we're making 2%, 3%, 4% profit per day. Now, here's a good example of taking profits and having small losses. So we traded TQQQ, made $197. GoPro made $170. SoundHound AI, $79. SoFi, $59. And then we took one loss, and it was $5. Now, would you be comfortable taking a $5 loss if you're able to lock in over, what is that, $450? I'd be okay losing $5. And this is how you scale your account. This is how you trade your job for eventually trading. This is how you take your life to a whole nother level and you become financially free. This is how you escape your 9-to-5 job. This is how you can travel and trade. This is how you can go from working 8-10 hours a day to working 1 hour a day. Even 2 or 3 hours a day compared to a full-time job. SQQQ, again, made $72 on a 3% profit. And then I had a loss. I had Synex. Lost $19. Would you be comfortable losing $19 if you're able to continuously and consistently lock in $100? I'd be okay with that. It's all about having small losers. Here's an example of a month. Making 1% to 2% a day. I could blow it up a little more for you. And then here, okay, we took a 2.5% loss. $32. That was a little bit bigger of a day. Next day we took a $15 loss, but then we bounced right back. And look how many green days there are compared to red days. We had 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 green days and only 4 red days. And those red days were very small. The biggest being $32, then $15. There was a $4 day and a $1 day that we lost money. There's also days we made $20, $20, $19, $33, $25. We made $15, $23, $18, $23, $25. To this day, we only locked in 27 cents. So it wasn't the best, but it was still green. We locked in $10, $10, $9. So it's very possible to consistently grow your account over time. Even with this, I mean, this was a, what, like a $200 or $300 month. And then MSTZ, this was more recent. This was on December 19th. We lost $12 after literally making over $200 in a week. On that Monday, we gave back 12 bucks. Then from Tuesday through Friday, we locked in another $150. It was like $180. So we didn't lose a lot of money. And that's the point. Sound, we lost $1.56, and this was a $1,000 position. So was I risking $1,000? No, I was probably risking about 10 or 20 bucks. It happened to break even. I didn't see any progress, so I cut my losses, and we lost $1.56. Would you be comfortable losing $1? Probably. Now we are going to go over some real life examples after this, some actual trades I took, some good trades, and then we're going to go over some other little kind of infograph charts to help you guys to identify good trade setups. Here's another one. This was in a single day. We locked in $212 on CRML, and then we locked in $181 on ZNB. I took another trade on SOPA, and these are actually penny stocks. I lost 23 bucks. So I made $400, just shy of $400, and gave back about 20 bucks. So not bad, not bad at all. Another example, this was the previous day, or maybe the day after. I traded CRML again because I saw a continuation, and we made $190 in a single day. And we lost $22, right? Now, we're going to go over a good trade here. This was a solid trade. This was recent too. This was on January 9th. So this is this year's of a trade. These are the recaps that I do. Now, I do have videos explaining how you can journal and recap your trades. I do have a video about that on YouTube. And I also have live streams, guys. You can join the Discord. It's the first link in the description. It's 100% free, and it's lifetime access when you get in. And you can see all my past live streams. Okay, there's no BS. There's no smoke and mirrors here. I'm not selling anything to you. I'm just showing you what I'm doing that I'm finding consistency in, being profitable in the market. What are the trades I'm taking? What are the setups? What am I looking for? How did I identify this? How did I lock in profits? I show you all my buys and sells, not only in the live streams that you can go back and watch when I make money, when I lose money, but also I share them in the Discord through the chat rooms. We have a trade recap chat room where not only myself, but other traders can share their recaps on their trades. I also have a profit chat where we can show and share our profits with our team. And you're more than welcome to join the team. It's 100% free right now. Okay, so we identified that this was crossing over this green line. This is the 200-day moving average. The little blue line here, this light blue line, is the 45-day EMA line. And I have a whole Learn to Lesson library. It's an A to Z lesson library course that shows you what these indicators mean, why I use them, and how you can use them too. It's all available in the Discord, guys. All right, so I bought, sold on the dip, bought and sold, and then I sold the majority up here. We locked in 2% profit today. Now this was like a, 10% move? I believe it was like 5 or 10% move, and we locked in 2%. So there's days we could make 10%, but we only catch a small piece of it. All right, so that's a trade that we took. Another trade right here, MSTZ. This was a trade we took today, guys. Today, January 13th. We took this morning and captured it all live in the Discord. That's the only place you can watch me trade live and see all my past live streams. So we did a good job by buying, 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 and buying. We saw signs of support. I drew this green line days ago. This was days ago of a green line. We noticed support coming in. It crossed over that blue EMA. It pushed up to this yellow line. And this yellow line is actually where I took profits. This is where I took profits, guys. I sold all my shares at 14.35 on that second candle. There was no continuation to the upside. It pushed up to 14.43 and then got rejected. I didn't want to hold this all the way down and give back all my profits. Could have been a break-even day today. I have a recap video explaining this in full detail and showing you my profits. It was $35 in about 30 minutes. So if you were to expand that to an hour, that's $70 in an hour. And we sold and we locked in profits. Now, this isn't about the recap. This is about showcasing to you how you can make money with your full-time job. And I'm trading something like this. This is a 3 stages of reversal formation. There's that support line that I was just showing you guys, that green line, and you're able to trade this, or I'm able to identify it and trade it. We had this inside bar. I created a stop loss just below this blue line, right, the dotted line. So the most I was willing to risk on that trade today was $10 to $20. So that means going into the trade, I already knew, hey, I could lose 10 or 20 bucks. Am I comfortable losing 10 or $20 if this trade goes against me? Yes, because I was confident enough to have a stop loss set and also understand exactly where I was going to buy. I showed you my entries. Now my entries were kind of on this back side, curling over. Once it came down here, I got a little more aggressive and bought more shares, and I sold up here. So this is a great example of 3 stages of reversal. Now, how much money can you make if you're making about $100 to $150 a day? Well, there's 20 trading days in a month, usually, unless there's a holiday. But I don't trade on the weekends. The stock market is not tradable on the weekends. Now, you could say you could trade Bitcoin. Of course, you could do that, I guess. But for me, 20 trading days is solid, right? We have about 20 days a month of working if we work 5 days. And so you can trade 20 days. If we're locking in $100 a day at 20 days, that's about $2,000 a month. If we can make $150 a day, that's $3,000 a month. And this says if you have a $30,000 portfolio, you're going to make about 10% a month. Now, don't really look at that because you just saw that I'm trading with about 2% or $2,000. I trade with between $1,000 and $2,000 at the beginning of the year. I try to grow it as much as possible each and every month. And at the end of the month, I like to pull out the profits to pay myself, right? I'm not doing this for free. I'm paying myself. Now, usually I can get about 40% profit a month, typically around 30 or 40%, because I'm aiming to make 10% a week. Now, 10% a week is actually 2% a day. So by being able to consistently lock in 2% profits a day, 3% profits a day, I'm able to hit that 40% goal. Now, even 50% a month on a $2,000 account is $1,000. Imagine being able to pull out $1,000 every month with 2,000 bucks. All right. Now, any questions? You guys go ahead and feel free to go ahead and talk to me about it. Now, we're going to talk about some good losses and bad losses. Now, this is exactly what I did here today with our LTE team. I identified, of course, that support right here, right? I was only willing to risk a small amount if the trade went against me. Now, luckily, it went the other way. I bought. I had my stop loss. It didn't get hit, and I pushed. And as it pushed up, I locked in profit. Now, if it didn't, I had a stop loss, a very tight stop loss. Now, this is accounted for risk and following a plan. A bad loss is the one on the right where you purchase it, you don't have a stop loss, nor do you even know where you would even sell if the trade went against you. You didn't account for risk and you ignored the plan of having a stop. It sells off, comes all the way down here, and then you finally sell for a huge loss. We're talking not $10 or $20. Maybe we're talking $100, $200, $300, $400, and you blow your account in one day, or you give back all of your profits that it took you maybe a week to gain, maybe a month to gain. You lose it all in a single bad trade. So it's important to understand good losses and bad losses. Okay, so that's a good example there. Now, here is a good example of where to enter. Again, stop loss. This pink line has a very similar area of where I had my blue line set up for support. Clear stop loss below that target level. If it were to go against you, you can stop out. An entry point above, and then we're taking profits. Maybe we're taking 25% off profit when it has this big pullback. Maybe we're taking another 25% off at these levels when it pushes up. Then you could have a trailing stop loss. So when, and we're going to talk about that next, have a trailing stop loss. So when this does push up higher, you can consistently continue to push up that stop loss. Now you have a target 3, a 1 of 5, and it's a key area of resistance, and you're selling here on this pullback. And I showcased that to you very clearly in the screenshot just from a couple of minutes ago. So if you're tuning in or you forgot that I showed that, rewind this a little bit and go back and watch. So it's very important to understand when to take profits and also when to let your runners ride as well. Now, last but not least, trailing stop loss. For anyone who doesn't understand or know what a trailing stop loss is, a trailing stop loss is a stop loss you can set. So as the price goes up, you higher it. As it goes up a little more, you raise it, goes up a little more, you raise it, goes up more, you raise it, and then when it goes down, you get stopped out at a high point. And then it goes all the way down, and you're not worried about giving back your profits. Now, this is a great example. You have an entry price of 8,000, so you have a trailing stop loss at 7,500. When it pushes up to 9,000, you raise your stop to 8,500. Now, you could say this is $8 to $9 or 800 to 900. It doesn't have to be in the thousands, okay? Now, this goes down from 9,000 to 8,700. It doesn't touch your 8,500 trailing stop. It continues to push higher. It goes up to 9,500. You raise your stop to 9,000. And finally, it dips below, touches 9,000. It triggers and closes your position and continues to sell off. Now, you start at 7,500 and you end it at 9,000, taking a lot of the risk out of the trade. If you bought at 7,500, it automatically goes to 8. Or your entry price is at 8, so it automatically goes to 9. Well, what if you sold at 9 and it pushed to 9,500? You could have had another $500. What if you bought at 8 and it goes down to 75? Well, you lose, say, your $50 or whatever it is, $5, $500. So this is a great example of a trailing stop loss, as this is something that I use every single day. All right, so I hope that was informative and it helped you guys out a little bit. Again, there's a ton of information and resources in our Discord. I trade live with you guys every day, Monday through Friday at Market Open. I showcase my trades to you, where I buy, where I sell, my thought process behind each trade. You could follow along in a paper trading account is what I recommend. If you've never traded before, start trading with a paper trading account. It's a simulation account where you use fake money or paper money, so you have no financial risk or any really monetary risk at all. You could trade and lose money and make money without having to feel like you need to use real money until you start getting used to it. That's where I started. I started trading in a paper account. I got used to it, got more familiar with it. Then I bought my first few shares. I started with buying one share at a time, and one share isn't going to make you rich. You're not going to make $100 an hour buying one share, because if you bought one share, it'd have to go up $100. We're looking for those 20 cent, 50 cents, $1 moves, but even if you buy one share and it goes up $1, you make $1. So then you start getting confident, and then you buy 10 shares. Okay, it pushes up $1, you make $10. All right, now you buy 50 shares. It pushes up $1, you make $50. What if you buy 100 shares? Well, you buy 100 shares at $9. It goes up to $10. That's a $1 move. You make $100. What if you trade with 1,000 shares? If it goes up $1, guys, you make $1,000. And the more you trade, the more you're able to potentially, of course, get more skill level, build up your confidence, grow your account size, and make more money. And that is what it's all about, guys. So, we're at what, 25 minutes here. I'll showcase my Discord to you all. That way you have some visual perspective of exactly what it is. It's our Learn to Earn. And we have a welcome start here. There is a Learn to Earn lesson library. Talks to you all about everything I explained, from setting up a brokerage account to setting up your paper trading account to eventually being able to trade with real money. Now, at the end of the course, it shows me locking in over $220 or 10% profit in a single day trading session in about an hour. So there's days I make $100 an hour. There's days I make $200 in an hour. There's also days where I lose some money. The point is, we have the Learn to Earn lesson library. It is a free community that you can join in the Discord. Our Learn to Earn lesson library is right here in the start here. You could also welcome new members. We have new members every single day, guys. I mean, we had 4 to 5 new members every single day going back, I mean, as far as I can push back. We have a ton of new members joining all the time. You can connect with them, you can chat with them. We have our announcements section where I post usually videos here. There's an announcement of passing over 7,500 subscribers, so smash that like button. We have our trade ideas. This is where I give you not only my screenshots of trades that I've taken, but also if I'm not trading with you guys, I show you when I'm buying, adding to my position, when I'm selling my position, when I'm locking in profits, etc. Okay, I mean, even this day, we only made $49. It was 1.5% profit. And then I show you exactly where I bought. I bought here, 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 and here. And then I sold here. I bought some more because I wanted it to push up, and I sold here. So it's very transparent. Not only do I show you my winning days, I show you my losing days. I lost $12 this day. And we have our morning live trading. So there's a live trading session from today where I locked in 3.5%. And it goes back, I mean, we're talking almost 2 years. 2 years of live trading content where you can go back and watch me grow these accounts. Watch me trade with more money. Watch me trade with 100 shares, 200 shares, 500 shares. Watch me trade some days with 20 shares. Watch me lose money. Watch me make money. I mean, this goes back over 2 years of live streaming content for you to learn how to trade, for you to see my trading style and see if it resonates with you. Maybe you could take away a small piece of something that I showcase, and you can actually use it to your benefit and make some money. This is also where I post my live streams every single day, Monday through Friday. We have our main trading chat room where you can see other people talking, other people getting involved. This is all just from today, guys. This is people chatting in the chat room, sharing their thoughts, sharing their companies that they're trading, and you can do the same thing. There's a great community to get involved with. Trade recaps. We have several people who share their trade recaps in here. This is a new chat room. I mean, this person made $1,500 on this trade, and he explains everything of why he made money, what he identified as potential. We have another person here who locked in profits in this small little area. We have another person who locked in profits on MSTR. He went long on MSTR the day I shorted it, and we were both able to make money. And then, of course, I show you my trade recap from today as well, my thought process behind it and why I took that trade. We got a crypto chat room. We got a profits chat room where everyone can, showcase their profits as well. And then we have off-topic chat room where we always share some funny stuff. Little known fact, guys, before the crowbar was invented, crows simply drank at home. Pretty funny. And then of course you have your bull market, your bear market, and right now we're in a kangaroo market. We're just kind of hops. So a lot of great stuff. We have weekly economic calendars. When we have events and things coming out, we showcase which companies are reporting their earnings, charts and patterns to help you identify breakout movements, as well as some high volatility supply and demand moves on momentum trading stocks, and then just some basic patterns. You know, we got our rounding bottom pattern breakout, we have our pennant breakout, we have our inverse head and shoulders, which showcases two things, not only a breakout or a trend reversal to the downside. Some of my favorites are these bull flag breakouts, which we see quite often, falling wedge breakouts, which we see quite often. We traded a double top right here today. Not only did the NASDAQ have a double top, and I talk about it in the live stream, it showcased a pre-market resistance and then a during market hour resistance, a double top, and then it sold off aggressively, and we actually were able to make some decent money off of that. So there's a ton of resources in here. We got some FAQs as far as like what is pattern day trading, how to get around it, etc. Limit orders, different types, and then our freebies. This is really what I wanted to show you here. In the freebies section, we have a target profit per day calculator. So if you want to make $100 per day, you could type in that you want 100. You can type in exactly how much your target profit is. Maybe you only want to make 1% a day. Maybe you want to aim for 5% a day. Maybe you want to aim for 3% a day. It'll tell you exactly how much money you need in your account. Okay. It'll show you 3-day trades a week, how much you would make, 5-day trades a week, how much you'd make, and then how much you would make per month. So if you want to make $100 per day and make $2,000 a month, you'd have to take 5-day trades a week. All right. And there is a link here for you guys to download it. You're more than welcome to use it, customize it, do whatever you want with it. It's a plug and play. It's a really simple tool to use. And it's on Google Sheets. So you don't have to have like Excel or Microsoft Office or pay for anything. This is a free spreadsheet to use. And then the growth calculator. I love the growth calculator because this shows you, okay, now I know what my price target or what my profit target is. I want to make $100 a day, but I also know exactly how much the account size needs to be. It shows you growth per day. And so with all that said, you can actually plug this in now to where, okay, I have $2,000. I want to make 1.5% a day. I'm going to trade 5 days a week, 20 total trades. So my average growth per month would be about 40%. And it shows you right here, 40% profit on $2,000 would be $800. So then it would take your account to $2,800 that following month. Then you could grow it another 50% and make $1,600, etc., etc., etc. And this is a great way to see the growth of your account over time, to where eventually you could be trading with $25,000, $50,000, $100,000 and easily making 10 grand a month if you want, right? It's all about how much you want to grow your account. So, yeah, if there's nothing else here for you guys, there's no questions, comments, concerns, then this is probably where I'll end the live stream. But I'll leave the live open for just a few minutes to see if anybody has any questions. There's no wrong answer. Well, there's also, well, I guess there could be wrong answers, right? There's no wrong question, okay? Any question, feel free to ask. If you're still a little confused, you're really not sure what I'm even talking about, let me know and I could help clarify that. Let me know, guys. And this is a live stream like in the middle of the day. It's 2:52 my time. So, I mean, this is a little weird of a time to actually live stream. Most people are probably at school or work or doing something else besides just hanging out at home like I am. But you know, watch it later. You could still ask those you could still comment and ask me questions here. You could join our Discord. It's 100% free lifetime access for right now. We're at 705 or 710 members on our Learn to Earn team. But once we cross over 1,000 members, I will start charging a small fee because we are providing so much value, so much content to the team. It is an exclusive group of like-minded individuals. So I want to make sure that moving forward after this 1,000 members that we reduce, we reduce the people that don't really want to take it seriously. So consider yourself lucky to get in now because it is 100% free right now. And if you want to be serious about it later, 6 months down the line, a year down the line, you'll have to pay a small fee. Okay, and we're talking like $25 for lifetime access. So it's not going to be a heck of a lot. I'm not going to charge hundreds or thousands of dollars for this service, but you're going to get a few things. Okay, you are going to get a few things from me when you do join. Okay, not only are you going to be able to watch me trade live, but you're also going to get, let me pull it up here. I've been doing kind of my own stuff recently. You're going to get the A to Z lesson library. Okay, it's over 8 hours. Well, right now it's only about 2 hours of education videos designed for beginners. You're going to get a Watch Me Trade daily live trading where you can watch me trade, but also ask questions while I'm trading. And you can learn how to do it on your own and how to trade on your own. And those live day trading sessions begin every day at market open, so 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. And then you get the exclusive Learn to Earn private group chat where you can network with other like-minded traders, and it'll be eventually over 1,000 traders and growing, right? A year or two from now, we could have 10,000 members all wanting to trade. And that's when the networking really happens where, okay, I'm looking at Apple today, but another trader might call out that Tesla has potential for a nice run up. And so then we all look at Tesla together and decide whether it's good enough to trade. And we could have another member share their profits and create that motivation and that inspirational factor to keep other traders going who may have had losses. So it's going to be an amazing community to join, guys. I am so excited to be able to create this community for you and for all of us to be able to learn and grow together. In this lifetime access, you're also going to learn, how to adapt to the market because the market's always changing. So you'll learn everything from basics of learning how to buy and sell a stock to understanding what series of economic reports are set to be released, knowing how to prepare to capitalize on them, and understanding what all these topics even mean. You're going to be able to have access to all of this. That A to Z course, the Learn to Earn lesson library is going to be able to have videos that showcase my experience, best practices, trading strategies, mistakes to avoid, and the overall mindset to have when taking those trades. This is going to teach you and help you learn how to be a more calculated trader, how to be a more calculated investor. Maybe you don't want to day trade. Maybe you just want to know when to buy the dip, when to see opportunity to get a lower price on Apple or Tesla, when to average into positions long term. But basically, it's going to lay out the foundation for a beginner that they can build off of and establish good, healthy habits when taking these trades, guys. And I'm really excited about it. We've been developing, or I personally have been developing this for quite some time. It's a passion of mine to be able to create a community of like-minded individuals, people who I want to surround myself with that like to trade, that like to talk about stocks. Because again, there's some of these things you can't talk to your family and friends about because they just don't understand. You might have a friend who likes cars and he's talking about a Cadillac converter and this year and doing this. And you're like, I'm lost, bro. Like, I'll listen, but I'm lost and I can't share any input on any of it. This is a community for like-minded individuals, for people who want to learn how to trade stocks or are already trading stocks and just want to connect with other people as well. So, we also have some other tools and resources that I want to give you guys. We had a member of our Investing for Beginners community create this spreadsheet, and I'll make it available to you guys soon, very soon. It will be available to you guys. Investments to 2026. You'll be able to really just plug and play any investments you have and show, if you've received dividends, your total P&L, and then also, your total profit and losses for this one. I will make that available very soon. You were not able to see it, were you? So let me pull that up again. Right here. So really easy and simple. Again, spreadsheet that you can use. One of our Discord members created it, and I asked him if we can use it with the team, and he said yeah. So we're gonna make this available to you very soon. We also have the daily trading P&L journal. So he's done a really great job tracking his trades. He's already up 19% on the year, on this month alone, and he's calculated it all. How many shares for each position? What was his buy price? What was the cost for all of those shares that he bought? Where did he sell? His profits and losses, his percentage gains and losses, his ending value, and then right here, I love this section right here, his goal sell price. So he has stocks that he hasn't sold yet, and that he wants to sell at a certain price target. His starting value right here, $1,300, and his balance $1,500. So he's already made a substantial amount of money in the stock market, and this will be available to you as well. I will have this available to you in the Discord probably within the next day or two. So again, there's so many resources available for you guys to use, not only with watching me trade live, but also these tools that you can plug and play and use for your own trading journey. Okay, there's so much content available, not only on this YouTube channel, but in our Discord. All right, all right, all right. So no questions, comments, concerns, nothing, huh? Nothing. Here we go. Oh, nice words. Thank you, Rajush. I am following you since 1 year. I think it's good to listen. Yeah, I have noticed you commenting and sharing your thoughts and asking questions, so I appreciate that. And I'd love to know more about you guys too. It's not just about me. This is about you guys. So I'd love to know how you started your trading journey, where you're from, how long you've been trading, if you found success, what are you doing to find success? Are you still struggling with your trading journey to lock in profits? I'd love to know all these things, guys. All you have to do is join the Discord, and we can have these one-on-one conversations, whether it's over the voice chat in the Discord where we can talk just like this back and forth, have some one-on-one coaching sessions, or maybe you want to just direct message me in the Discord. I'd love to have a conversation with you. I have multiple conversations with a ton of members in our Discord, just like you, just trying to figure it out. How can we be more profitable? How can we maybe even escape that 9 to 5 grind? Or maybe we keep our job and we just want to know how to supplement a little bit more money in our life so that way we can use it to go on trips, vacations, pay bills, or just catch up overall. But yeah, I had a great live stream with you guys. I appreciate your time. And yeah, like always, remember, let's end the year on a green note. Let's have a successful rest of the week. I will be live tomorrow morning at Market Open. So again, join the Discord. It's exclusively only available to my LTE team in the Discord. First link in the description below. Watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow morning. And then you could go watch all my past live streams. All right? So appreciate your time, guys. You guys all have a great, wonderful rest of your day.